The FBI quietly dumping more Hillary Clinton emails. It happened last night while much of the public was busy watching the Packers versus the Giants. 300 pages of documents put out by the FBI showing Mrs. Clinton was regularly sending confidential and secret information to someone outside the government. The question now, is it enough evidence for a prosecution under a Trump administration? Joining me now, Fox News senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano. Judge, great to have you with us.
Thank you, Lou.
300 pages of documents released by we don't know who within the FBI, which had possession of them.
Right.
Turning them over to the public to see. And they suggest clearly that there are a lot of misunderstandings about what was held by Mrs. Clinton, what was communicated by her and to her of a highly sensitive nature.
The highly sensitive nature was 301 pages of emails which Mrs. Clinton sent on a regular basis to a non-government person. We have reason to believe that that was Sid Blumenthal, with whom she emailed on a daily and regular basis, several times a day. But what we now know, what Donald Trump feared and argued during the campaign, and what rogue FBI agents who profoundly disagreed with Director Comey's decision to recommend against indictment was true, that the information Mrs. Clinton regularly sent to her emailer was hacked by foreign intelligence agencies of countries unfriendly to us and friendly to us. And sources tell Fox News those were Russia, China, unfriendly, Israel, friendly. Now, this is extremely relevant in this time period because this will now be front and center tomorrow morning when Senator Jeff Sessions' confirmation hearing begins before the Senate Judiciary Committee, because he will be asked, what will you do with this?
And the questions arise. One, why weren't they released? Why did the FBI director have such a struggle, a Hamlet act that persisted over a number of months? And this evidence makes it clear that his last judgment on the matter of prosecution was utterly in error, does it not?
You're absolutely correct. This is the smoking gun if ever there was one. It ramps up the case for her prosecution to the point where, ironically, it may also ramp up the case for President Obama to issue her a pardon and to take this off of Donald Trump and Jeff Sessions' desks. But if he doesn't do that, the pressure on the Attorney General from the FBI agents who conducted the investigation, who probably posted this stuff last night during the Giants-Packers game, will be very difficult for him to resist.
And this is a deep game that's being played, it seems to me, Judge, because was the administration behind the release to create a perplexing dilemma for the incoming Trump administration? Or was it these rogue agents who have had a bellyful, if you will, of a Justice Department and an FBI that are being led in the most politically miserable ways one could imagine?
Nicely put, and your questions are excellent, and we don't know the answers to these questions. I will add, did Director Comey know about this at the time he exonerated Mrs. Clinton on July 5th last summer? Did Director Comey tell President-elect Trump about this when he met with him at Trump Tower last week? Did Director Comey know that this was going to be released when it was? And why was it released during a football game? Was it to gin it up for the senators to ask Senator Sessions about? We don't know the answers to that. We may find them out during the hearings.
An extraordinary moment. We should be used to it.
Yes, yes. Never a dull moment.
Judge Andrew Napolitano, thank you very much, as always.
Pleasure to be with you, Lou.
Appreciate it.